This is Talib Kareem with your Aid for President Legal Podcast. I am the CEO of Aid Legal, and if you have any problems that are in need of a lawyer, if you are facing eviction, or if you have a loved one who has recently passed away, or if you are a small business owner and you're struggling to keep your doors open because of the pandemic, then contact Aid Legal, Abe.legal, and we can get you on the phone with a lawyer who can help solve those problems 24 hours a day. And so now let me go into three things that are really important as it relates to the stimulus money and the unemployment benefits. One thing is that apparently, according to the press conference of Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, the unemployment benefits don't seem to be the top of her priority. Instead of talking about the unemployment benefits, she began her weekly press conference talking about the post office being, again, a bastion of politics for the president, talking about the president not believing in science, talking about, again, a need for state and local funding. She talked about everything except the unemployment benefits. And I don't think, actually, as I recall, she even mentioned, again, the monies for small businesses. This, to me, is unacceptable. To have the Speaker of the House, who's supposed to be looking out, again, for the interests of the people. This is what Democrats say they are for. And yet she didn't even mention, again, the 34 million Americans, close to 40 million Americans, who are now $2,400 rather, $2,400 short this past month because the Democrats refused to negotiate a smaller bill as opposed to pushing for the bigger $3 trillion package that they passed months ago. This is unacceptable. And so again, what I hear from Nancy Pelosi when she starts talking about the post office, when the questions are asked about, again, the unemployment benefits, she is in essence saying, let the people eat mail. Well, I say with all due respect, Speaker Pelosi, that people cannot eat their own mail. And in fact, the mail isn't delivering the unemployment checks because most of those, in fact, the vast majority of that money is coming directly to their bank accounts. So let's pass this modified, reduced stimulus bill for unemployment benefits and monies for small businesses. And I'm sure the president may be open to, again, putting in there some money for our schools and also, research for the COVID, virus. But we need to get this passed today. It's unacceptable. And it's also unacceptable. Let me go to the next point, that some states have received their benefits, that is, but there are some states, about 6, who have not even applied. And I'm sad to say that topping that list is the place where I live, the District of Columbia, which is not a state, but is, an organized similar to a state. And along with it is Kansas, Minnesota, Nebraska, North Dakota, Wisconsin. I believe these are all Democratic jurisdictions. And the fact that they refuse to even apply, or the application process is slowing, is ridiculous. There are, again, in these states, millions of people who are depending upon their help from the government, even though it's a reduced again check. The White House, as you may know, and we talked about before, ordered that $300 checks go out to those people, at least most of them who were receiving $600 checks. But again, you had to go through an application process, and these are the states that did not apply. So what can you do about it? I would be on my Twitter account and making sure I'm tweeting whoever is in charge of those particular jurisdictions. In the DC, it's Mayor Muriel Bowser. You can expect me to tweet this broadcast as soon as I'm done. And I would encourage those in Kansas, Minnesota, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Wisconsin to do the same. Now, what can you do beyond this? As you know, today is the last night of the Republican National Committee's convention. I have boycotted all the conventions because neither they or that's the Republicans or the Democrats were really working hard to get this extension of the unemployment benefits passed. If I was the president, nevertheless, even though I won't be watching them, I would be dedicating my entire speech to those millions of Americans who are on unemployment, who are waiting for the Democrats to negotiate a deal. Or I would, again, bring up the fact that small businesses are waiting on, again, an extension of the PPP money. Those would be the cornerstones of my speech. I wouldn't be talking about the Democrats being socialists, which they are not. I wish they were. I wouldn't be talking about, Venezuela, which is, again, was a failed coup attempt, as you all may know, to overthrow the truly democratically elected president there. I wouldn't be talking about any of that. I would be talking about the millions of Americans who are waiting on the government to do their job. And so I encourage you, if you have any comments, to go and put them into the comment section. If you have any, need for a lawyer, again, if you're looking for help, we are here, abe.legal. We have lawyers that we can set up virtual appointments from the safety and comfort of your home or business 24 hours a day. That's abe.legal. And again, if you want to keep your eye to the updates, don't hesitate to push that subscribe button, and of course, smack that like. And again, stand by for our next update and hopefully some good news tomorrow. Until that time, Talib Kareem for Abe Legal. Take care.